We can get wrapped up in the Christmas story and can't help but sing about climbing to the mountaintop and proclaiming over the hills and everywhere that Jesus Christ is born. But it can be more difficult to have the faith to sing that gospel with our lives. When the angel told Mary that God had chosen her to mother the wonderful, almighty, everlasting Prince of Peace, she sang a pretty epic song in which she joyfully accepted the unexpected invitation to deliver salvation to the world. Mary, a poor teenager with no experience raising children, might not have believed she had a lot to offer God. But God saw something in Mary that the world might not have seen beyond her humble, mean estate. You see, God knew Mary's faith, and God knew Mary's joy in her faith. God knew that Mary had the faith it would take to climb up to that mountaintop we've just sung about and proclaim over the hills and everywhere that Jesus Christ is born. Unexpectedly, the shepherds were chosen to be the first to hear the angel choirs singing their message of salvation to the world. The angels sought out these poor, lowly shepherds in a remote field, inviting them to be the first guests to see salvation wrapped in bands of cloth and lying in a manger. The shepherds might not have believed they had a lot to offer God, but you see, God saw something in these shepherds that the world might not have seen beneath their tattered and torn clothes. God knew the shepherds' faith, and God knew the shepherds' joy in their faith. God knew that the shepherds had the faith it would take to climb up to that mountaintop we've just sung about and proclaim over the hills and everywhere that Jesus Christ is born. The three kings were surely criticized by their advisors and subjects for going stargazing on a cross-country trip to visit a poor family in Nazareth and to give a carpenter's family treasures that were fit instead for a king. But God saw something in the kings that the world might not have seen beneath their crowns and robes. You see, God knew the king's faith, and God knew the king's joy in their faith. God knew that these three kings had the faith it would take to climb up to that mountaintop we've just sung about and to proclaim over the hills and everywhere that Jesus Christ is born. The Christmas story reminds us that God comes to us not because we deserve it or earn it, not because we are worthy of it or because we demand it or desire it, not because we're good enough, beautiful enough, smart enough, rich enough, talented enough. God comes to us because we have faith and joy in our faith. So let's follow that star. Let's bring our finest gifts to that manger. Let's give God all that we are. Then let's climb up that mountaintop we've just sung about and proclaim over the hills and everywhere that Jesus Christ is born.